Hi everyone, this is That Is Not My Cow / Mel from most likely Blog TVs where you've seen me. I'm going to put my links on the side, which is, I don't know which side. This is my first video for 5 Awesome Realists, and actually this is my first video for YouTube, so hopefully I don't mess it up because I don't know how to edit them yet. So, the topic this week was Hollywood, and there's so much to say about Hollywood. It was so hard to kind of narrow in on something. And being the only girl, I feel like I kind of have to talk about self-image and the way Hollywood has kind of mutilated self-image. And even, and you hear the horror stories about even models, they're being, airbrushed in these pictures, and they already are just beautiful bodies, but they are airbrushed literally to perfection, so that, I mean, even these women who are gorgeous, and they seem perfect in every way, and they still have to touch it up, so the way they mutilate people's bodies and then expect that to be, and then they put it in advertisements, and they put these girls with beers and to sell alcohol, and they use women's bodies in suggestive poses and all this, and that's more marketing than I would say Hollywood, but the idea is still there. They still do it in movies. I mean, sex sells. Heard that phrase before. So when you talk about, I feel like when you talk about stars and when you talk about the paparazzi, you talk about the pressure to be these beautiful, perfect people, and then you get people like Lindsay Lohan who've kind of gone off the deep end, and I think that's one of those things where even in real life that these people, and Hollywood definitely messes with them and it affects them, and I'm not saying it doesn't, but at the same time, we all know people who, without Hollywood, have gone off the deep end, and they're just, completely and totally out there, and they're doing heroin and all this stuff, and their lives are down the shitter. And they aren't on Hollywood. They're not, famous. They don't have people following the cameras necessarily and recording it at all, but they're still, I'm sorry, they still have, their own problems. And I feel like that's not exclusive to Hollywood, and you can't say, Britney Spears, Lindsay Lohan, oh, their lives are so screwed up because of Hollywood. No, their lives are screwed up because their parents and their families, they don't have any family structure to support them. They don't have any, really friend structure to support them and keep them level-headed like some other stars do. And all of them just escape my mind. I know Jake was talking about, how Hollywood should be more globally conscious. And I do believe that stars should definitely be using their fame and their popularity maybe more for global purposes, and to help different, like Darfur, or they should be for keeping the green and all that stuff. But at the same time, you have to remember that Hollywood is a business, and as much as I want to say, oh yeah, I think that Beyonce should go out there and she should give half of her money to breast cancer research. That would be awesome. But at the same time, that's not profitable to her. And the companies who support her, the record deal, you can't expect them to give, all their profits to a non-profit organization. And, that's just kind of the way it goes. I wouldn't expect that out of, you think of any company, you think of like a lamp producer, people who make lamps. Would you think that they should, give all their profits to charities? I mean, not really. But I do think that stars should definitely use their name in a more way that, and you do see stars who do that. You do see, I know, growing up in Houston, we had, the sports teams, when, after Hurricane Katrina, they went and built homes for the refugees from Louisiana. So, I mean, it does happen. It's not like it doesn't. And I feel like the people who do that are promoting a positive self-image and being positive role models, for people around the world. Whereas, maybe Lindsay Lohan and Britney Spears need to work on that a little bit. But, anyway, yeah, I know I'm not the perfect person who talks about self-image, because clearly I'm not anorexic, but I do think that, and I know a lot of people think of pressure from Hollywood, and especially on women, and just that entire world, that's half of what kind of started bulimia and anorexia and all this horrible diseases, and just messing with people's mind. And it's a very sad realization when you really think about how much damage has been done thanks to Hollywood on just, the individual psyche of an everyday person. And then multiplied when you talk about the people who are actually famous. So, but at the same time, they deserve it because they get millions and millions of dollars, so I don't necessarily feel bad for, Lindsay Lohan, although she hasn't made money in a while because her movies are terrible. I'm going to stop ranting now, but I hope you guys enjoyed my little show. Thank you guys so much for watching the channel, and I hope you'll keep up with us. And be sure to click the links and go click on the other people's links, and be sure to, you know, keep up with us. And I'm ranting. I'm sorry, I'm not serious enough. I'm not serious enough. I'm real, but I'm not serious. Anyway, love you guys. Talk to you later.